Hello, hi everybody, welcome back. Woo! How are you doing today? It's nice. Oh, hold on. It's amazing coming back here on YouTube. Just one moment. All right, ladies. Today we're going to talk about surrender, the art of surrendering, feminine surrender, and this is something, especially in our transformation, that is very vital. Very vital. So it's nice to have you back to our day 3 video of our 100 day becoming your feminine dream girl. So yesterday we focused on letting go of the old version of you, releasing the past pains, misaligned relationships, and limiting beliefs. But today we take that work a step further. Okay, to make things, hold on, let me see. I have my notes here, and I'm gonna touch and talk about the first part, 3 points, how we try to make things change quickly, how we force people to change. Sometimes we think we're helping, and all to chase outcomes we feel we must have to be happy. This one is very important, especially looking at the main thing was ladies should find happiness whether in a relationship or without a relationship, with the outside things that happen or not. This is very important. So sometimes we tend to get in situations where we want things to happen quickly. It's like pushing, pushing, pushing. And without realizing, we tend to tap into our masculine side because the masculine is about doing. While the feminine is about being receptive and being in surrender mode. The thing of saying, okay, obviously you do what you need to do to align yourself and the part that are up to you, but you don't overforce your way to make things happen when you're operating in the feminine. So this is like, for example, if you have a friendship that is not working, forcing that thing to work, like what I was doing with the example of the friendship I gave, or whatever you want to call that, you know, it's like I could tell it was so uncomfortable. Every time I felt drained after the thing, it was so misaligned. Sometimes we feel drained and tired because we're stretching to our next step. But there I was with a misaligned person and I just kept on going, entertaining. So surrendering is allowing things to fall, which don't need to be there. Because look at this. If you've set your goal, you want to become your dream version, your dream goal dream version. Maybe you've got a type of car you want. Maybe you want to be more healthier, choosing more healthier food. You want friendships that feel good, that there's a connection that is not forced. Apart from the connection, is like you have similar goals and you're experiencing a level together. Now, if you have created those as your goals and you keep on holding on the past, people who don't fit that mold, who don't fit that path, who don't, like, you're not making space for the new, that is being in your masculine, and it's more forcing people to be what they're not, and situations. So not letting go when something is not working or it's not done, that's very masculine. So surrender to things, like release them, let them be, let them. If something is done its season, you don't have to look at it in a resentful way or complaining way. You can be like, thank you, it served its purpose, I am very grateful, but now I release it because I have no longer aligned with us and it doesn't go to the next stage. This reminds me of when you're in school. Like, if you're in grade 1, you're going to grade 2 or second grade, or third grade, you will not take the teacher from first grade and everything from first grade. It's like in life, you go through different processes. It's like leaving one company, going to another, and you want everybody from the old workplace, the manager, everything to follow you to the next. That's not the way life goes. It's so simple, but I think we don't just take time to like really, really look at things like that. Every level, every different stage, you have different people. So you have to make room. And when things are falling off, that's what you've been preparing for. So surrender things that don't apply for your next stage. I've got my daughter playing music in the background. So I do apologize about that, about the noise. Okay, so when you don't surrender, you get stuck. Trying to control others or outcome creates stress, anxiety, and illnesses. So in your body, if you want to be healthier, apart from working out and eating right, the state of your hormonal state of the state of your hormones in your body, whether they're stressed and they've anxiety, that's going to build in a chronic illness or an internal illness. The more relaxed you are, the better your blood pressure will be, the better your hormones will operate within you. So sometimes over controlling is actually very, well, most of the time, it's very harmful to you. So understanding this will set you worlds apart than trying to force things that do not fit a season or um where you're going. So surrender, let things be. I'm sorry for the camera shaking. I was just moving it here. Okay. This guy wanna stay. Surrender. So I can share this quote that you can use. Surrender is saying, I no longer fight against life. I choose to flow with it. Flowing from grade one, going to second grade. Flow with it. Don't fight it and try to get everything from first grade and taking it to second and to third and to fourth. Like let things fall. Just go like a river, just flow with life. Signs you're struggling to surrender. It's very important you have this. And please take notes, write this down. I'm going to share the I'm going to share the signs, and it's good to know it because sometimes we're so used to being uncomfortable or going through distress, stress, that we might think it's just normal. But if you can name it, then you see how to handle the situation in a more empowered way. Number one, you constantly overthink and replay situations in your mind. Constantly overthinking and replaying situations. Oh, I could have done this, or should I do this? Like overplaying the situation is a sign there's a misalignment there. Usually, there is a misalignment there. Unless you're running a company, you're simplifying systems and processes, and then you're managing a bunch of people, and then you're looking back at how you could have handled something better. But about you and yourself, if you're overthinking, over analyzing, and actually I was going through this a couple of days ago. I just mentioned it in the last live where I kept finding myself in conversations and debates which I couldn't show. Well, I could, but there was no space for me to show up as my best self. I had to cut myself down to fit into that mode, which I actually didn't like, and I found it very stressful most of the times I went in those discussions. I realized there was a mismatch, and I am in a state in my life right now where that doesn't that like it plays it has no space. It's just steps backwards. So you micromanage everything, even small details. Over micromanaging, that is not a good sign. Surrendering is, I'll give you an example. It's like, I'll give you this example. It's like, imagine you're at a workplace and you're training someone and you've trained them for like 2 months. It's just an example. And every time they're doing something, you're micromanaging, like you keep on going, you cannot release them. So you've got what you do, but then you're focused on the other task as well. other tasks for other people. You're micromanaging what they have to do instead of you focusing on what you're supposed to focus on. That is not a good sign. That means you're overstepping. I had this experience. I was this experience working. Actually, I had today. New there's this job that I took, and I had there were three ladies. Every lady training me individually was okay, but oh my nose, but the ladies kept on. Well, there was a point where everyone was trying to teach me at the same time, and not only teaching, micromanaging, and it was overwhelming. It was like, whoa, there's so many stuff here. If everybody could just focus on themselves and I can have one person train me, that would be amazing. It was overloaded. It was a bit much. And I could say, I was like, some people, this is a thing, and watch this out for yourself. Some people are so used to micromanaging others, meaning that they don't know when to let go. They see other people as incompetent, because ultimately that's fundamental that they're looking at. You can't go to a person who you think is a grown up who can manage, or someone who knows what they're doing, and micromanaging them. Micromanaging is a sign that you see the other as an incompetent person, and only you going in will things be done. And it's not given a chance for people to try, fail, try, so they can have their own journey. It's you trying to play God into everybody's journey. This is very important, because this is the point I was getting to. This is very important because people who are used to stress, people who are used to always being stressed out and tense, when they really don't have stress in their immediate life, they'll seek it on social media. They'll seek it in videos they watch. They'll start watching disasters, catastrophes, death, war. They'll always, no, anytime when they have some sort of peace, they'll always look out for what they're addicted to. And sometimes, if they can't do that, they'll start micromanaging. They'll stress themselves by putting themselves where they shouldn't even be. And they don't realize it. It's a self fulfilling prophecy. It's like they're so addicted to suffering and stress that when it's not there, they are going to create it. They're going to create it. So watch out for that. That's a big one. That's a big one. I'm looking at notes so I stay on track. Okay, so you feel anxious if things don't go exactly as planned. Oh yeah. Surrendering is part of understanding life as life. Understanding that before we were born, whilst we're born and living, even after we live, not everything works out exactly as we want. Some things fall off, and with all fall off, sometimes it deviates us to, or takes us to our actual destination, and sometimes it takes failure for redirection and stuff like that. But sometimes people are so stuck on um I think, micromanage everything that is happening, to a point where they never reach their destiny because they're stuck on A and they're still trying to micromanage A. Maybe the failure of A is what was going to lead them to their final destiny, that was character building, and they're just stuck in character building. And instead of character building now, they become bitter, resentful over too much into first grade. They don't want to go to second, third. So micromanaging is a sign, a big sign that you're struggling to surrender. And most ladies face this. Most ladies face this with their children and their husbands as well. Where you met the person before, you met the person and the person lived before you as a full grown adult, especially if it's a husband. And whether you met them or not, they were still going to survive. But sometimes with ladies, we have this thing in our mind to say, if I don't do this, then everything's going to fall around. And most women, I didn't say all, most women end up treating their husbands like children. And that's the way they live. And they're always stressed and complaining, but they don't realize you have to surrender. And sometimes, most of the times, you allow a person to fail. Let them have their life process of failing, rebuilding, because we rob growth from other people by always wanting to be a hero. Not even God does that. God lets everybody fail and pick themselves up, but we try to play a bigger hand than God and take away free will by trying to like stop people from learning their lessons. Ladies, this is very important. All your pimples are going to go once you stop this nonsense. Okay. And so you feel anxious when things don't go exactly as planned. You struggle to rest or take breaks without guilt. This one, oh my God. And I see it a lot when I see who, ladies, like on this one, we have to be careful. Awareness is very important because I'm planting seeds, but catch yourself. Who you are today is not going to drastically change like that. Who we are today won't drastically change like that. But who we are becoming, we have to become aware and conscious about our tendencies. We have to become aware and conscious about our self sabotage. And this is seriously self sabotage, seriously, where we're always uh we're always anxious when things don't go. We're just anxious. It's like get a massage, get a pedicure, something, girl, something. Wash your hair. I don't care. Do something. Because this is another, I'll give you this too, instead of just almost sounding like it's a run, but I'm trying to bring awareness to it. When you feel anxious, control the controllables. What can you do? The controllables: drink water, Pink Stanley. Really need to do my nails. I know this is like killing you and stabbing you. I promise I'll do something tomorrow. Control the controllables. Take your vitamins. Anything that's within your control, focus on doing that. Instead of staying in your head, you have to come out of your head and move your physical body, like keep it in motion. Take a walk. Take a walk, read a book, like watch a movie, do something that is controllable to you. By taking vitamins, taking water, that is a plus to your health. All right. Okay. What's the next thing? Hold up. Let's see. Okay. If you feel unsafe when you're not in control, you feel unsafe when you're not in control. So, I have experienced this, and for me, it's very uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable. In situations where I can drive, and I always drive. I've driven for more than, I think I've driven for more than 27 years. I can go from point A to point B with another person without anybody in the car. But miraculously, there are people, family members that I have, about, um, actually, those three are very anxious. When they're in the car, four, they'll start telling you how to drive. It's like if they don't exist or they're in that car will never reach the destination. They don't realize that that's what they're thinking. That's the best line they're working with. So, like, I'll give you an example. When I'm with someone in the car and they always drive, I tell myself they're always driving. They will not drive exactly like me, and I will not drive exactly like them, but we'll get where we're going. Shut up, enjoy the ride, be a passenger princess. If you want to take a nap, there. If you've got things to say, put things in your ear, like listen to music or God knows what. Understand that with or without you, things are going to be okay, especially if it's competent people you're dealing with. It's not the end of the world. It's not. So understanding this like gives you permission to let others do. And when they're doing what they always do, even in your absence, trust me, the moment you just over controlling a person, especially if they're driving, like they'll just become more anxious. If they drive without accidents, they'll start getting in accidents because now they're out of their head and they're anxious. Instead of thinking about the road and what needs to be done, they're thinking about what you're saying. So it's like to listen to you, especially if they respect you, they have to cut their brain off. And you're asking a person behind the wheel to cut their brain off. Like, make that make sense. I just had to say it. Someone had to say it. And ladies, some most ladies even do this with their husbands. And if someone's got a license, they've been driving, just shut up, just enjoy the ride, you're safe, you survive. Okay, so if you see yourself in any of in any of these patterns, it is okay. And I really, really mean it. It is okay. But just notice it. Notice it, because it won't just change because you heard it. It's something you work gradually towards. But watch yourself, catch yourself. And these are simply signs that your nervous system has been wired to survive through control. Today we're going to, and now we're going to look at how to gently begin unwiring those patterns so you can feel safe in surrender. Okay, so I'll give you the framework that we're going to work with. The first thing is awareness. Like I said, just catch yourself. Don't mind how I said it, the way I said it, all that good stuff. But just become aware. And sometimes you even watch yourself, you're like, no, and you still do it. It's a process. Um, are you clinging? Are you clinging to a relationship over planning your life? This one is debatable. Trying to fix other people? You cannot change what you won't acknowledge. So, first, acknowledgement is the baseline. Don't jump the step, and it's okay. It's okay. Pause, regulate your nervous system. Control over, obviously, but before I go to regulating the nervous system, I'm going to share this in a different way. So, all those times you're doing that, your nervous system is not regulated with all the examples that I gave. So before we go to regulate, let me explain it on another level before I go ahead and tell you how to like calm your nervous system or regulate your nervous system. Number one, realize that every time you're in that state, you're dysregulated. So it's like you're in survival. And understand that sometimes we are what we've been for a long time, and it feels normal because we're used to being dysregulated. So it might feel normal. It's like, yeah, no, no, I'm good. Like, look at that, look at that. And sometimes, even if you're not with a person, you can see like other ladies talking to their partner, or just people in traffic, like yelling at other grown-ups in traffic or whatever. That's being dysregulated. Actually, I forget the point. I had a very good point, but I've ended up losing it. Must mean I'm a little bit tired. Paris, are you ready to go to bed? Okay, I didn't put beddings on the bed. I put them in the drawer. Do you want to pick them, the bed sheets? Uh-huh. Oh, I'll get them. It's fine. Just put relaxing music. I'll get them and read a book. Okay, I'll be with you in a bit. Okay, sweetie? Tomorrow is school. I shouldn't take my time. So, let me see. Is there a way I can pause this live? Just get my daughter situated because it is 8:58. I don't know. I think I might just have to do a part one and I will do a part two. So I had a point there, but I was thinking about getting my daughter set for bedtime. Um, and pick a book, sweetie, okay? Okay. So most people move with unregulated systems on Earth. And this is what you can do to regulate your system. The first one is pause. When you catch yourself stopping other people, like trying to be over controlling, any of the examples I gave, just pause. Pause. And then when you pause, um, control usually comes from fear. 99.999% usually comes from fear. So you want to use deep breath or some somatic grounding. So you can inhale and exhale. Like full deep full deep breath in hold it for a second or two, and then you do that 4 times, and that's gonna help like calm your system. Um, when you inhale, y- count for hold before you exhale. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds if you can, and then you can do that, and then you can exhale. You can, for every inhale and exhale, see if you can hold the breath between the inhale and the exhale for longer, starting from 2 seconds, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, try to do it that way. So we're going to just do the breathing exercise one more time. And exhale. With your eyes closed. Inhale and exhale. Inhale So when you breathe out, you're breathing out from your mouth. You inhale through your nose. And then after you've inhaled and exhaled, you're going to go and say, I am safe to let go. I am safe to let go. I don't have to control everything that's happening around me. I am safe and I am okay. And you can even like hold your chest and just tap. So that's very helpful in relaxing your rebooting your nervous system from survival to just like coming back to normal. And then you have to release the shift the burden. So say simple things or simple prayers. God, I surrender this situation to you. God, I surrender this situation to you. I trust that what is meant for me will come and what is not will fall away. Visualize placing the burden into divine hands. So just visualize yourself giving things that burden you to the Creator. Um, receive, open flow. So the feminine energy really thrives on receiving. That's like our food. That's like our diet. So receive love, help, compliments, and opportunities without resistance. Any help, compliments that come without resistance. And let me let me show you how I do it. So let's say I was just I don't think I go a day without compliments, but let's say someone compliments something. They're like, it's just an example. Oh, I like your highlight. Your makeup looks beautiful, or something like that. I will hold that gift and compliment, really feel it in my body, really pull that string, like really pull that happy feeling. Hold it in your heart. Just go, thank you, thank you, thank you. And at times you can close your eyes, you can just smile and just take it in, just soak in it, receive it fully, receive, and let that penetrate every cell of your body, rejuvenating every cell of your body with joy and just gratitude, and just be receptive. When our nervous system is cray cray and we're not receptive, especially as ladies, someone will give a compliment and you'll be like, no, no, I don't look, this little, will minimize the compliment. And that's really bad for the person sending it, even for ourselves. So being open comes in many ways. It's like someone holding the door for you. I can do it myself. Yeah, you can. But that was a gift. Imagine like going to visit someone, and you really want to give them something, like you have the best thoughts about them, and you're like, I want to give them this. You go and give them, and they're like, no, thank you. How would that make you feel? Ouch, right? Your husband, strangers, everybody giving you compliments, trying to help you. That's what you give them every time. They try to give you a gift, and you're like, this little old thing, it was on a discount. Who cares? Like it. So, um, okay, so replace I must make it happen with I allow it to happen. Allow. That's one is when you make it happen, you're in the masculine, making things happen. When you allow things, it's like they're happening and you just allow it to happen. That's the difference. That one is feminine. It may be a play of words, but it changes every cell in your body. It changes your system, even in your body. It's like, imagine, how would I put it? Imagine you're making love, and then you say, I'll allow it. Is that good? Nah. I mean, I'll make it happen. I'm sorry. You say, like, oh, yeah, we can make it happen, you know? But in a way that is like, I must make it. I do it because I must make it happen, but I really don't care for it. I just must. I'll make it happen. It's like, oh, but if you go, I allow to make it up. So you're allowing, and you're not just allowing with your mouth, you allow with your mind, you allow with your body, you allow with your energy. It's like you're open to receiving. That's very different dimension, two different dimensions. Anyway, align and take inspired action. Surrender doesn't mean doing nothing. It actually doesn't. Surrendering actually takes a lot. It's not as simple as it looks like. And when someone doesn't really understand, they'll think, oh, you're just taking, taking, taking. No. It only means taking aligned actions, not frantic, not desperate ones. So like if someone is disrespecting you, they're gonna throw nasty words to you. Are you gonna be like, I'm in my feminine, I'm receptive? Like, hell no. No ways. That's when boundaries, our masculine boundaries come in. Like nobody got time for that. So, example, instead of chasing a man, you focus on becoming magnetic by living your dream life. You become magnetic by you living your life. You creating your happiness. You become your own version of your dream girl. And then, apart from that, it's like with or without the partner, you are loving who you are. So you're not just looking for outside validation. You're you are you are your own like standard, if that makes sense. Okay, let me stick to this. My little babas is almost time for sleeping right now. And here's another thing: the more you work on yourself and you become, trust me, not only you will think she's gorgeous, you become magnetic. You become very magnetic. And instead of trying to chase a man, try to chase love, trying to find love with a guy, you become so attractive and magnetizing that people are attracted to you, and you're in your most powerful way. You're choosing. Because if you have 10 people, you're able to choose 5 people, 3 people, whatever. You have to make choices. People are attracted to you, and you're like, this, no, that, no, this is what more aligned. You have a chance to choose. But if no one is attracted to you and you're chasing the one person, they're running away. The moment they're like, okay, yeah, then you're like, oh, hanging on for dear life because you didn't have any options. It's like I've spent so much time chasing you, and a man is so fast, faster and stronger than you, and you chased after him, and it's like, oh, I now caught him. That analogy, huh? All right. Um. So, mini guided practice, surrender visualization, and this should take about 5 minutes. I'm gonna do it now. Let me see from my notes how much more I have to go because I really want to put. Oh, I have a lot, quite a lot. Hold on, I'm looking at this. Hmm. So, hmm. Okay, you can sit comfortably and close your eyes. We'll do a little visualization. So just close your eyes for me, and then we'll go ahead and do this. I wish I had a picture of the sun or the moon or flowers or a beautiful garden. But anyway, so close your eyes, sit comfortably, eyes closed. Imagine a heavy backpack on your shoulders filled with old pain, control, fear, and stressed. Oh, that feels uncomfortable. Just even for me, visualizing that. Feel the weight. Ah, that is so uncomfortable. Now visualize setting the backpack down and walking away. Just put the bag down and walk away. You don't have to lift those rocks, they can just be wherever they are. They're saved their time, and now it's time to release them. Say aloud or silently, I release what I cannot control. I trust the timing of my life. I allow beauty and blessings to flow to me. Take a deep breath, deep breath out. Open your eyes and smile softly. Okay. So I'm gonna give three practical steps that you can take. Um, and these practical steps are gonna be journal prompts, like things you can journal down on. And the other questions that you asked in the last prompt that I shared, go through it, see if answers are coming up. See the ones you can answer. If there's some that you can't, read the question out loud again. And after you write the question up, say it out loud. I am open to receiving answers in every way. Just open yourself up. That way when things come in your sphere, you're able to see them. So, journal prompts, where in my life am I gripping too tightly? Where am I? Like, just write it out there and start watching yourself. What am I most afraid of releasing control over? What am I most afraid of releasing control over? What would it feel like to fully trust and surrender? I bet that would feel amazing and freeing. Almost. My daughter startled me. I just had a poof. I didn't hear you coming. What do I believe about myself or my life that keeps me trying to control everything? What do I believe about myself or life that keeps me trying to control everything? So, this is going to be very important for you, ladies. Journal this down and take the time to do the work. Take the time. Trust me, you're going to see a difference, especially if you put in the time to actually listen to the video and do the journal prompts, do the exercises. I highly, highly encourage you to do so. And if you're listening to this while you're driving or you're doing something, when you do get a chance to stop, do the exercises. That is going to be so helpful. Every little step, every little brick counts in rebuilding yourself. Okay, so the evening ritual, light a candle before bed if you would like. Say this out loud. out loud. I release the need to control. I am safe. I am supported. I am open to receive my highest good. Again, you can say out loud, I release. You can light a candle. This could be when you're bathing or taking a shower. Put yourself in a candlelight space and just go. I release the need to control. I am safe. I am supported and I am open to receiving my highest good. Affirmation of the day. I trust the timing of my life. I am safe to let it go. I am worthy of peace and flow. And you are important. So anchor the truth like repeatedly. If you don't have this as your truth, like say it over and over and over. For it to be your new truth, your old patterns are going to fight to stay alive. But you're done with them. Release them with love. They serve their purpose. They gotta go. Okay, now we're gonna be closing. Um, we're gonna be closing now. So beautiful souls, remember this. What is truly yours will not pass you by, but you have to be in position. You have to be in position. And this is what we're doing, getting in position. It's time for my daughter to sleep and she's been waiting. Um so I was supposed to go and I wish I could have just paused this because I'm distracted. It's late, 9:15, but I think my mom will help. So let me see how far I can do. But if I go abruptly, I've shared most of it. This was just the closing. So the more you release, okay, so, the more you release your grip, the more space you create for your divine timing to unfold perfectly. Your job is to stay in your feminine. Ladies, that is your job. So, you're working on you to be an open channel for things, good things to come to you, to nurture your growth, and to trust the process. Tomorrow, we'll talk about decluttering your inner and your outer world. You have to declutter your inner and outer space to make room for the new. So you can create the perfect environment for your feminine energy to thrive. And all this we're doing are masculine structures. So for the feminine, they should femininity cannot exist without the masculine. So having these frameworks for you, those are like your pillars. What we're sharing right now. Um, so take today slowly, breathe deeply, like instead of shallow breath, like fast breath, like breathe in deeply, keep repeating your affirmations to yourself. I am safe to let go. I trust my life. And just to recap, the definition of surrender is flow, trust, and alignment. Signs you're struggling with surrender, you're overthinking, you're chasing, you're micromanaging, and you have fear. Five steps to surrender. The 5 steps to surrender. The framework is one, you need awareness because without awareness, what are you changing? You're perfect. There's no room for growth. Pause and regulate your system. The deep breath in and deep breath out, that is very important. Release the burden. So anything you have control over, like affirm the release of them. Receive with openness, aligned with inspired actions, and then the mini guided surrender visualization, like you can go through that. Journal prompts in the evening, journal prompts and the evening ritual. You can even light a candle as you're doing your journal prompt. Like set the ambience. You know the way you set the ambience for a good dinner, a candlelight dinner. You're just waiting for the man to have candlelight dinner. It has to be romance. No, romance yourself. So, daily affirmations. I trust the timing of my life. I am safe to let go. I am safe to let go. So, thank you so much for watching the live. I have to get my daughter to bed. I'm sorry if it felt like the last part I rushed out or anything like that, but it's been so amazing as we go ahead with our 100-day transformation. And it's a bliss working with you ladies. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Mwah. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Do share the video if you know someone who can benefit from it. All right, lovies. Thank you and have a good night.